What's up, everybody? How are you doing? This is the Daps and Pound Show, and this is part 2 of the year-end wrap-up. Dobie, what are we going to be discussing on this last podcast of 2018?
Oh my gosh, we are going to be discussing our top 10 or slash favorite. I guess we shouldn't say top, because when people say top,
our personal top.
But they get very antsy.
Let them, fam.
They get antsy. All right, fine,
fam.
we want all the smoke. Our top 10 songs, top 10 albums.
This
They're
is
coming
America,
at you.
fam. I got guns.
Oh my gosh, he got guns. We got bars. We want all the smoke. You hit us up, Daps_Pounds, Twitter, Instagram. This is part 2, episode 48 of season 2. Next time you'll hear us, it's gonna be season 3. We're coming back strong. Yeah. What else you gotta say about it? It's not funny.
Make sure you guys listen to this episode. Enjoy it. Make sure you go online and tell everyone that you loved this year-end podcast from your favorite guys here at the Daps and Pound Show.
All right, enjoy.
2 mics, 2 friends, 1 show, let's go. 2 mics, 2 friends, 1 show, let's go. Let's go, yeah. 2 mics, 2 friends, 1 show, let's go. Let's go, let's go. 2 mics, 2 friends, 1 show, let's go. The Daps and Pound Show. This is the Daps and Pound Show. Yeah, you know.
3, 2, 1.
I'm doing a drum roll.
This is a drum roll. What's up, everybody? How are you doing? We are here. We have done it. We have made it. Another episode, but not just any other episode. It is part 2 of the year-end wrap-up show from me and my best friend. My name is Malky. To my left, we have
Dubby.
represent 2 mics,
2 friends,
and 1 show.
The Daps and Pound Show.
Hi, guys. We're back. We hope you enjoyed part 1 where we're breaking down some of our favorites. We told you guys what Apple Music thought was their top artists in that breakdown. We also gave you our favorite artist, best new artist, song of the year, and favorite albums. We also discussed our favorite athletes of 2018, our favorite sports teams of 2018. We threw out some projections about what we thought were going to be the big summer releases of 2019, the big projects, who was going to have the song of the summer in 2019. Dobie, where can they find that episode? Where can they hit us up if they want to get caught up on part 1 of the year and wrap-up show?
You guys can listen to it on YouTube. You can listen to it on iTunes Podcast. You can listen to it on Spotify, Stitcher, Google Play. So any of those methods will work. And if you want to hit us up personally, you can find us on Daps_Pounds, Twitter and Instagram.
That's right. So make sure you guys do that. We are going to get right into it. We are going to give you guys our favorite 10 albums and our favorite 10 songs. Now, this took me a while, for sure.
Yeah.
There's definitely you're probably going to have some honorable mentions or things that were close. Mm-hmm. I do as well. So we're going to get right into it. Do you want to start with albums first or songs? Up to you.
Let's do songs. I feel like albums we might have more crossover.
That's true. That's probably true. So, did you want to go back and forth, or did you?
Yeah.
Okay, back and forth.
I like back and forth.
All right. So back and forth. Who do you have in your top 10? Who's the first one you want to go with?
So I'll start with the bottom. Now, I don't really have them ranked here, but I have them in a playlist so I can remember them. I'm going to go with Selfish by St. John. So St. John dropped a album near the beginning of the year, and the project was very varied sound-wise, but there was one song that stood out like purely sound. Like there was no other song that sounded like Selfish, and it is a very Caribbean vibe-esque pop track. And for whatever reason, this song just stood out to me so much, and I just have listened to it countless times. I miss that one thing about iTunes when you used to be able to see how many times you listen to a track. I feel like those statistics would really help us just kind of dive in more with our favorite song material. But Selfish is a song basically about how he wants to be selfish and have all of this one girl, but he can't be selfish, but he wants to be selfish. But man, the vibes are so good. Yeah, everything about that song just was like, wow, this is impressive. But I don't know if he's ever going to go back to this. His newest stuff seems like it's kind of going away from this sound, which is disappointing because it was my personal favorite on his album and one of my top 10 favorite songs of the year. And by the way, I was very moody with my top 10. They kind of like switched all the time.
That's fine. That's okay. That's all right. You just love the music. So I'm going to start at the bottom for me. I guess this is number 10, but I didn't really rank them heavy like you.
Right.
So 10, I'm going to go with Third Story featuring Aaron Allen Kane, Still in Love. So last year, in 2017 on YouTube, Aaron Allen Kane was hanging out with the guys at Third Story, and she was doing, they were writing this song, and they performed it on YouTube, and obviously it wasn't edited, it wasn't mixed or anything. They were just performing on a piano. So everyone had been asking forever for this song to be turned into a real song. They would come out when they have different shows in 2018 and concerts and perform it together, but it wasn't a real song. It was just something that they did at an apartment. So then their album Cold Heart came out this year. Really solid album, really good album. And finally, they made an official version of this song called Still in Love. It is amazing. I love this song. I listen to this song weekly, and it's really, really great. So I love this song. Aaron Allen Kane, Third Story, Still in Love.
Ooh, I like it, like it, like it. All right, next for me. So this artist had a great year in 2018, and he had some pretty big hits. But there's one that stood out to me the most, especially on the project that he dropped. The beat is absolutely insane to me. I don't feel like there's many tracks that are this good beat-wise, which is Life Goes On with Lil Baby, Gunna, and Lil Uzi Vert. I love this song. And if you want to listen to a song that bangs well in your car from 2018, it's this one. The beat rides so well. It's got such a good bounce to it. The bass knocks. I feel like this is where Gunna's and Lil Baby's like traction with each other, like just they realize they work well with each other. This is where it came across. It was good to hear. This is probably one of Lil Uzi Vert's better features. He was pretty quiet this year overall, and I really thought that this was a crazy track. Life Goes On. I thought about Drip Too Hard, but when I listened to the songs back to back, me personally, I lean towards Life Goes On because I feel like the beat just makes it that much more. They both have a good bounce to them, but man, Lil Uzi Vert kind of takes it to the next level too. But man, I don't know how this song wasn't a huge hit because I love this song.
It's a really good song as well. I like that song a lot too. So I'm gonna go in my number 9 spot. I'm going to go with the 1975 Sincerity is Scary. I love this song. I have played this song quite a bit.
My neighbors, I guess.
I have played this song quite a bit since I first heard it. Big fan of the 1975, big fan of their album, and man, this song just hits on every level. It is a very calming song. You can listen to it when you're cleaning. You can listen to it when you're driving. You can listen to it where you're just hanging out with your friends. Sincerity is Scary, the 1975, and my number 9 position.
Love it. Make sure you listen to that album. It came out recently.
Yep.
Next for me, I think I'm going to be going... Oh, man.
Oh, yeah.
Bell didn't like that.
Yeah,
so, With You by Gavi. This album, I felt like is going to be just very, very, very slept on, but I really like what Gavi does. I like his vision. I like his sound. This song, mainly to me, there's something about it. You know, there's certain songs... You know it might not be for the masses, but for whatever reason, it's just everything that you're looking for. With this song, With You, I feel like, and I said this when we first reviewed it, I feel like if Post Malone came out with this song, it'd be a huge hit. Huge, huge hit. But it's not, and it's Gavi. I love, love, love the message with this. And he was in a dark place when he wrote this song, and so I think that carries over well in the message that it's sent. But Gavi, With You, for my number 8.
Nice. Number 8 position for me, I'm gonna go Young Thug featuring Jaden Smith, Sin. This
Whoa.
is yeah. I told you there was probably gonna be some ones on here that you wouldn't expect.
Never would have guessed.
I listen to this song every day at the gym. It's an amazing song. I love it. To me, it has Jaden Smith's best feature verse ever. Not like he has a lot of them, but I think that this is a really good feature verse from Jaden. I love the bop, the hey, I'm at it again. I like it a lot. Young Thug featuring Jaden Smith, Sin, in my number 8 position for me.
Man, yeah, would never expect that one. Good pick. Yeah. Do you think the gym had a lot to do with it?
Yeah, because I think that when I drive, I listen to R&B, country, and like EDM. So when I'm riding around, I really don't listen to a lot of hip hop. Maybe Wu-Tang, but I don't listen to a lot of hip hop. The hip hop happens at work and at the gym. It's
Makes
like
sense.
motivating music. So
Yeah.
the gym probably has something to do with it.
I like that. All right, next for me, Any Mineo Lost.
Good song.
In terms of a production value, I think this is top notch. The transitions in this song are surreal. The message about this song is surreal. I would listen to this song on loop. The one thing I feel like I wish was Chance the Rapper feature verse, and this song could have been on Life of Pablo. Like, that's kind of the message of this song, the vibes where the choir comes in. When the transition drops, there's not enough good things I can say about this song. Any Mineo outdid himself with this track, and I've seen people getting tattoos of the Arrow EP, and for good reason, just due to what that EP means, and the story and the drive behind it. Man, if people are just looking for a feel-good song that they've never heard before, check out Lost, man.
Yeah. I agree. That's a good one. I love that album too. EP, I should say, but I love that project. So I'm going to go in my number 7 position with Nipsey Hussle, Hustle and Motivate. It was between this and Blue Laces 2 for me, from Nipsey. Both of those could have been on this list. But I decided to just go with one Nipsey song on my top 10 list because there's just so much competition for songs for me. So I only went with one, but both of those were the top standouts from that amazing album he put out in 2018 this year, Victory Lap. So I decided to go with Hustle and Motivate. Amazing that he was able to get the sample clearance for the Hard Knock Life and the beat. The song is very motivational. I love how Nipsey raps. There's something about his flow that's slow, but yet it's engaging. I just love this song. I love Nipsey Hussle. Hustle and Motivate. I listen to it all the time at work. Very, very good song. Love it. And that's in my number 7 position.
Next up. Now, again, I'm not really ranking these.
Yeah.
But I'm going to throw in Travis Scott, Sicko Mode. This song grew on me a lot. At first, I didn't like the transitions. Then I realized the transitions made it very unique. And I feel like this song is going to age very well down the road due to how crazy it changes up all the time. The music video, crazy top notch. Probably my favorite music video of the year. Travis outdid himself. We didn't know Drake was even going to be on the Travis Scott album, so when the song first came on, it was just nuts to hear it. There's a reason it's the number 1 song in the country. It's nuts. Everything about it is wild. Drake and Sway Lee did their thing. Yeah, way to go.
I agree. Now, I'll go ahead and throw that in there for me as well in this position. So I guess it'd be like the 6th song for me too. Sicko Mode, number 6 position for me. Drake, Travis Scott. I think it's arguably the best song of the year, maybe. There was other songs that I had above it, and you'll hear those in a minute. But I think Sicko Mode, Drake, the second part of his verse has become... I don't want to say iconic. That's a little overboard, but it's become what everybody's talking about. And then if you listen to Travis parts, it's really good as well. So I will go with Sicko Mode in my number 6 spot as well.
Awesome. And just out of curiosity, just so you can talk a little bit more, what was there any other song that you were thinking you might put in your top 10 above that one from the Travis Scott album, Astro World?
Yeah. So I personally think the best song on that album is Can't Say.
Okay.
I love Can't Say. Can't Say. You can't save a night of mine. First of all, one of the reasons why, this is going to sound weird, the guy who's singing that, to me, his voice reminds me of Tayo Cruz from Only Gonna Break My Heart. There's something about his voice that
That's
reminds
funny.
me of that. And I'm just like, are you serious, Tayo Cruz?
That's funny. Yeah.
Really good. I love Carousel as well. And I love No Bystanders also. I love that album. But I think that Can't Say was going to go on this. I know I had to struggle a bit between the two, but decided to go with Sicko Mode. It's really good. I love
Perfect.
Sicko Mode.
I like that. Next up for me, I'm going to be going Would You by Pink Sweats.
Okay.
I listened to the 3 songs that dropped. I listened to those 3 songs literally. I mean, I really can't tell you how many times. It was actually stupid how many times I did listen to them. And those 3 songs were Honestly, Would You, and No Replacing You. I kind of leaned Honestly was my favorite, and then but Would You, if you actually read the lyrics, it's actually a very beautifully written song. I love the analogies that he writes in this. Everything about this song, it's actually one of my favorite R&B records of the entire year. I get so excited when I talk about Pink Sweats, just because I really believe in what he can do. It was just a nuts project for me. Love everything about it. Would You, one of my favorite songs, hands down. It was kind of one of the first ones that popped in my head due to how much I just love it.
Yeah, that's a good pick. I like that song. That's my favorite song from him, period. So I think that's a good pick. We're here though. We're in the top 5 now. And my top 5, I gotta go, man. Ariana Grande, Thank You Next. I love that song.
Really?
Bro, I love that song. I kind of take it like, you know, she had a crazy year, right? So
Yeah.
she had the Manchester bombing thing that happened. She went ghost for a little bit. She had the breakup with Mac Miller, rest in peace. The death with him.
Yeah.
She went with that. Pete Davidson, she had that whole thing. Broke up with him. And then it was kind of a question of artistry wise, where's she gonna go? Well, the best artists in the world, Jay-Z did it with 444. Beyonce's done it with Lemonade. The best artists in the world, they find a way to incorporate their drama into their music in a popular way. Thank You Next was a 20-something doing that. A 20-something-year-old girl doing that and then making it a bop. Like it's really good. I really like that song. I really like it. Kind of just represents loving herself, things like that. So Ariana Grande, Thank You Next. I knew I was going to have something that threw you off.
Golly, dude. Yeah. it
Thank You
really
Next
threw me
is
off.
hard. I love that song. So shout out to Ariana Grande, number 5 for me.
Good year. By the way, it just made me think about this because Ariana Grande had the concert and Justin Bieber was out there. Justin Bieber's going to drop probably 2019.
I agree.
And I think he's
so.
going to have a big year.
You know what's so crazy about him, though? I feel like I wouldn't be that shocked if he didn't. Because he's
true.
in a place right now. He's married.
He's a different
like,
person
Yeah,
now.
I
He's
feel
just
like
different.
he doesn't need to, but I want him to.
Yeah, I want him to too.
Yeah.
Release that positive music now, man. So next up for me on this list, I don't care if it dropped in end of 2017. Boot Up by LMA. I think it has to go in there. It was hands down one of my favorite songs of the year. R&B is back in a very, very strong way. Her album was great. Now, did it make my top 10? You'll find out a little bit later in the show. But man, oh man, you cannot deny Boot Up's trajectory and how big it became and how it has slammed her into becoming one of the biggest faces of R&B.
Yeah, Boot Up is one of my honorable mentions. She didn't make my list, but It was very, very close.
I don't get...
The only reason, and I totally get you putting it in there, even though it came out in 2017, but I didn't because it came out in 2017. Okay. But that's the only reason I didn't. Like,
it made the Grammys.
It would have been. It would have been in the running for me, but that's the only reason it didn't. But I totally understand why you did, and that's why it's still an honorable mention for me.
No one was listening
but I loved
to it.
That's when I first heard that EP, but I didn't pick that song. But that's when I first heard that EP.
Nice.
It was 2017. So then in my number 4 position, I got to go with Drip Too Hard, Lil Baby and Gunna.
Drip Too Hard.
Love that song. Best song that duo has kind of created. I think Lil Baby had an amazing year. I love that song a lot. Drip Too Hard. There's just something about it. There's something about the little way Lil Baby is like rapping, singing, whatever he's doing on that. Hey! Like it just makes you remember it. Like it's, I don't know. There's something about it, man.
It's a great song.
Great song. Drip Too Hard, Lil Baby, Gunna.
Great song, mediocre album.
Facts. Facts.
Next up for me, I will always remember when, now these 3 can be interchanged besides I guess one because I've already mentioned it. I made an event when this project dropped. And when track 2 of Scorpion came on, I listened to this very loudly in my living room. No, on side A.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
When the beat for Nonstop dropped, bro, I lost it. Drake's Nonstop, hands down, one of the best energetic tracks that have come out this year, bar none. The fact like Drake switched it up and he starts whispering on the verses was nuts. It's actually still doing really well for him. It's actually easily one of his most streamed tracks of 2018. So for me, I thought it was a banger right from the get-go. And I'm pretty sure I mentioned that to you right away. I was like, yo, I think Nonstop might be my favorite song from Scorpion. And so for me, Nonstop is nuts. Loved that track to death. I still listen to it to this day. The energy is crazy. Tay Keith did his thing. Nonstop, Drake, Scorpion.
Yeah, it's a great song. I love Nonstop as well. It's really, really good. And I don't think you can go wrong with that song. I have in my number 3 position, Halsey, Khalid, Benny Blanco, Eastside.
Great
this
track.
song. I heard it and immediately loved it. I listened to it on repeat. It was so freaking good, man. This song is just, the writing is good. Halsey, I'll say for me personally, Halsey has grown on me in 2018 way more than anybody else probably. I did not like Halsey, but now I do. I'm like all in on Halsey. Mm-hmm. So
her new track's gaining a lot of traction.
Yeah, Without Me is really good as well. Khalid, anything he touches turns to gold in my head. So yeah, I'll say Benny Blanco featuring Khalid, Halsey, Eastside in my number 3 position.
Yes. Next up, The Middle.
Great song.
Zed.
Great song.
Maren Morris, Gray. Love The Middle. Everything about it. I remember I heard it on one of those Target commercials. I was like, oh, okay, whatever. One of these dumb collabs. And then I heard this song and I was like, wait a minute. This is actually a pretty good song. And then it started playing on the radio. And then I would be humming it at work. And then I heard it going on at work. And the more you hear it, the more you like it. And then I really started listening to it and dissecting it and thinking, man, this is just well put together, head to toe.
I totally agree. That song's amazing. Number 2 for me. We're getting towards the end here for songs. Number 2 for me, and this was hard not to put at number 1, man. Khalid featuring Black and Ty Dolla $ign, On the Way.
Bro, I forgot to put that in my top 10.
There's a lot of competition.
What's going on? No, hold on. No. What's going? Selfish, you're gone. Selfish is gone. On the Way. Yo, I knew I was forgetting something. On the Way, easily. Gone. We said from the beginning. Okay, I'm not gonna take away your thunder. I'm just saying,
no. You're fine.
It belongs in my top 10. Sorry, St. John. I can't believe I
St. John has been bumped to an honorable mention now for you.
Yes, without question. Like, it's got On the Way has to go in. OTW, bro.
OTW on the way. Khalid, Ty Dolla $ign, and Black. When I first heard it, it sounded like an old school R&B song from the 90s. The music video is like you're watching an old music video from the 90s. They have matching outfits. They do like a little bit of a matching dance. Like it's like a full thing, man. I love this song so much. All of them had their individual styles on the verses, which was really cool. Khalid is seen as like this like pop crooner, so I think it was really cool to hear him with like R&B guys. It made you think of him a little differently, so I loved it. Khalid can do no wrong. Black could do no wrong. Ty Dolla $ign's had a crazy 2018, so
crazy
on the way. That's my number 2. So good.
We even said when the song came out, we're pretty sure this is going to be one of the best songs of the year.
Yeah, no, that song's nuts.
Yeah, I cannot believe I forgot about that.
It's
Shame
easy to
on
do.
me.
It's
you know
easy
what
to
it
do.
was?
These
It was
are
because I
crazy
changed
here.
from Apple Music to Tidal.
Oh, yeah.
That's probably where I messed up there. Oh my goodness. Sorry to take that thunder. Yeah, on the way easily. Last but not least, I mentioned this in part 1. Reborn, Kids See Ghost. I love this song. Kanye West version or verse, I actually do enjoy. I believe it's an older verse. Kid Cudi does this thing. Without Kid Cudi, this song isn't anywhere near what it is currently right now. I remember listening when Kanye West was doing the live performances, and he did this one outside in Wyoming in front of this huge bonfire. And when that song, I listened to the whole thing live, and this was the only song I wanted them to replay it back. And also, the crowd cheered when the song was done. And so when those two things happened, I knew that was the one. And for me personally, I wish they made a music video or did something more with it. Honestly, the marketing wise, Kanye West is terrible. He didn't do anything for anybody. But man, that Reborn is nuts. I absolutely love Reborn.
Yeah, Reborn was a tough track. You loved it from the very beginning. I totally understand why that's your number 1.
We gave it
loved
to
it.
Emotionalist for the month of June.
Yeah.
And I wanted
That's right.
it to go to
Didn't we flip a coin?
Reborn. Yeah.
I think we flipped a coin. Yeah.
No, we voted.
Oh, okay.
The people.
Oh, that's right.
People said Emotionless.
So I'm gonna go last but not least, number 1. This song to me is my favorite song, most listened to song as well of 2018. It's got to go to my man Drake. It's got to go to Jaded. That song to me, girls on this side, girls over on this side. It's just good. I love it so much, man. I think the production was great. I think the beat was perfect for what he wanted to do. I love the content. I love that he was like getting at her at the end, like, yo, you did this and you did this and you did this and you did this. So much of the fact that he doesn't even rhyme anymore towards the end. I thought it was
Why did you take me to go see your parents?
Yeah, like you took me out of the way. We don't like doing that. By the way, girls, we never like doing that. And I love parents, but we don't like going out of the way. No.
Most of the things I want to say.
Yeah. So shout out to Drake, shout out to Jay. That's my favorite song of 2018 for sure. Vibes. Love it. Honorable mentions. Did you have any?
Finesse.
Finesse is one of my honorable mentions as well.
My baby to
Have your eyes.
Dude,
Great song.
That song.
Finesse almost made my
Finesse is wild. This Is America, Childish Gambino. Okay. Friends by The Carters. Look Alive by Blockboy JB featuring Drake. Better Now, Post Malone, and Psycho, Post Malone.
Nice.
Post Malone had some really good tracks for 2018. It's just, man, there was so much music that dropped, so it was kind of hard to pick. But yeah, those are some of my honorable mentions.
Honorable mentions for me, Ariana Grande, the song Sweetener that Pharrell produced. I love that song. So we get it, flip it, bit it. That song is in my head constantly. I loved that album. So Sweetener, the song, is really, really good for me. Drake Mob Ties, it's come on a couple times when we've been out of town in a club, and I've loved it. The feeling it gives your crew. It's a great song. It's a crew cut.
I'm sick of these fellows.
Loved it. I loved it.
Sick of this baloney.
He's sick of it. Hire some help. So shout out to
Get
Mob
rid of
Ties.
these people.
Drake, Mob Ties from Scorpion is definitely on there. And then I will say Finesse as well by Drake was an honorable mention for me, as well as Booed Up Ella May. Yeah.
Like it.
Yeah. Guys, let us know on Daps_pounds on Twitter or Instagram what your 10 favorite songs of 2018 were. We want to know. Very curious. With that being said, we're going to move to albums. All right. Albums. This is going to be our favorite 10 albums that came out this year. Do you want to start? You want me to start?
Should we just... I'm going with the top because then that way we can probably get some of these out of the way.
Okay.
For me, Drake, Scorpion.
Yep.
It's in my top 10. I don't know how it can't be. I understand it. It's so funny because it's like Kanye back in the day, or even Kendrick Lamar now, where I still feel like most of these albums are way better than a lot of other albums people put out, but people compare it to the previous artist albums, so then they say it's not good. Oh, no, it's not that good. Views is better. Oh, so does that mean it's not a good album for 2018? No, absolutely not. I really like it. So Drake, Scorpion, we've discussed it a lot.
Yeah, Drake Scorpion definitely for me. I thought that this album came out, and I remember we talked on this podcast a lot. We didn't know what to expect. We didn't know what to expect on this album. We didn't know what was going to happen on this album. But we got quality music. We got quality content. We got baby news. We got everything from this album. So shout out to Scorpion. Shout out to Drake. I thought that this was a really solid project. And I thought if it was just a little shorter, then it could have truly been like a problem, but it's still a problem. It's still great. If you look at streaming numbers, it makes sense.
Perfect. For me, Travis Scott, Astro World.
Yeah.
So I originally said Metro Boomin's album I like more. Then I go back and listen to Astro World, and then I was like, you silly boy. You silly boy. You can't say things like that. Travis Scott outdid himself. I believe truly that Travis Scott is what Kanye West wanted to become and shift to with his sound. And I think Travis Scott, man, he solidified it himself as a bona fide star this year with Astroworld.
I agree. Travis Scott's on my top 10 as well. I think that Astroworld this made him be mentioned with the greats now. Like now he's on that level, the upper echelon, no pun intended. And I think that he belongs there. So shout out to Travis Scott.
Cardi B, Invasion of Privacy. Now, I put this in my top because overall, when I really think of a head-to-toe album that like follows through on the hype and everything like that, I really did like her album. I felt like she came through. I was shocked when I listened to it. Everybody said she was going to be a one-hit wonder. She came through very well. She had good pop records. She had secondary hits. I knew right away that she was going to have another hit on her hands when I listened through the album all the way. Girl can rap, and I think she's only going to get better. And so for me, Cardi B, Invasion of Privacy. She's going to Grammy nominated. Good for her.
Yeah, she's on my list as well. Invasion of Privacy, Cardi B. I think she made so much good music that it was hard to deny her. Bodak Yellow seems like ages ago now, and I remember there was a time where we thought Bodak Yellow would be the only thing that she could do.
Yeah.
So the fact that you don't even, when you think Cardi, you don't think Bodak Yellow now. I think that says enough of what she's done in this industry. She's here. She's here to stay, it looks like. So Invasion of Privacy definitely is on my list as well.
Nice. Next up for me on the project, it's going to be Post Malone, Beer Bongs and Bentleys. I think Stoney was better, but I really do like the crooner of Post Malone. I like how he can play a guitar on one track and then he can make Rockstar with 21 Savage. So as a head to toe, I mean, I really like the combination and the melodies that he brings. I'm very, very big on melodies. I'm always upfront about that. He had Psycho, he had Rockstar, he had Better Now. So he had 3 really good smash hit singles. The very first track on that album I really love. So for me, Post Malone, Beer Bongs and Bentleys.
I have Nipsey Hussle, Victory Lap. Love this album. When I first heard it, I thought to myself, this is not going to get listened to by half as many people as it should, just because of promotion. But he's independent and he kind of promotes differently. He's always thought of new ways to promote with the marketing and pay $100 for an album type of thing. So this is one of the first times he put out an album and didn't have one of those gimmicks along with it. But I love this. I think Victory Lap was a complete album. From beginning to the end, it was very cohesive. It was almost like Rick Ross picked his beats for him. A lot of Rick Ross vibes. I need more with him and Rick Ross, actually, now that I'm thinking about this. But yeah, Nipsey Hussle, Blue Laces 2, Hustle and Motivate. There's just so many good songs on there. That Kendrick feature was nuts. I love Blue Laces 2 almost as much as I love Hustle and Motivate, and I listen to Hustle and Motivate daily. So shout out to Nipsey Hussle, Victory Lap, love it. And I love that it's Grammy nominated. I wasn't expecting that, and I'm so happy that other people in the Academy like realized like, yo, this album was really good too. So shout out to Nipsey.
Yeah. Next up for me, Pink Sweats Volume 1. I know it's only like 6 songs, but it was enough. I loved Pink Sweats songs so much that it was enough to put me in the top 10 for me. I know that people still haven't even listened to him, so again, just go listen to him. He's a new artist. He's on the way. What's up?
I had Tierra Whack World.
Same.
She put out a project, and the songs aren't longer than like a minute and 20, but
No, a minute.
or a minute, yeah. And there are
15.
no skips. Like it's crazy to think that, but it's everything sounds like a good idea.
You remind me of my deadbeat dad.
I love that one though. I like, to me, it's there's she's so smart. I think that's what's crazy. You see her intelligence. Tierra Whack in 2019, she could definitely take over the spot. She's gonna be that. She's gonna fill that void of a Missy Elliott, a Busta Rhymes,
yeah,
Ludacris, people who do like kind of different things. I think that she's gonna fill that void. I think she's gonna be that spot. So shout out to Tierra Whack. Whack World is, in a weird way, I know this sounds crazy, guys, it's a classic to me because I've never heard a debut like it. It's so good.
She's super creative and she made everything sound easy.
Yep.
And I remember playing it to people and literally everybody's like, why isn't she blown up yet?
Yeah.
Like, she's nuts. She can rap her butt off too. So Tierra Whack is up. Best believe that. Meek Mill's Champion. Meek Millie. Champions. Really love this project. I even said it was probably going to be my top 10 after I listened to it front to back. Love the energy on the track. Great features from head to toe. Had arguably one of the best verses from Jay-Z in 2018 from it. The song with Drake is doing really well. I love the song Champions. Man, the beats are crazy. Samples are crazy. Fabulous is on it. I mean, come on. Everything about this album for me was exactly what I was hoping Meek Mill was going to do.
For me, I have JID. I love this album. It's in my top 10 for sure. DiCaprio 2, whether it's 151, whether it's the J. Cole feature, like, I think that he has something crazy going on with his writing. I think that, and I don't even know if he writes stuff down. He might be one of the new people who don't, but I think that he's super talented. I think 2019 is going to tell a lot. And I think in 2019, he might say Candyman, and we might get some Kendrick Lamar and JID stuff back and forth. I need that drama in my life. I want it. I need it. JID, DiCaprio 2.
I like it.
And that would be like around number 6 for me, probably.
Annie Mineo, The Arrow EP. Very special project to me. I think it's Annie Mineo's best work. I believe it is very special. I think that will have a special place in music for me. No skips for me. 6 songs, excellent production, excellent message. I can't say anything bad about it.
Then I have LMA, her self-titled album. Really good, man. I think that when you have an artist put out a smash like that, like with Boo, it's kind of hard to follow up. Same thing with the Cardi B thing. And then I listened to the album, and Trip came out, and Trip did really well for her. And the song with John Legend, the Everything song, was really good. And Too Much Sauce is really good. And I just see where she's going, and I think it was enough to put her in my top 10 for the albums. I love LMA.
Nice. Then next up for me, we are going to see Kids See Ghosts, self-entitled. Drake and Kid Cudi. It was this. I was most excited about it from the very beginning because I wanted to see what those two could do. Yeah, it lived up to the expectations for me. Love everything about it. Yeah, what can I say? It's one of the few albums that Kanye came out with. He came out with first Push, then his, then Kid See Ghost, then Nas, then Tiana, right?
I think so.
Yeah, so, and out of those, easily Kid See Ghost was my favorite, mainly due to the influence of Kid Cudi, but man, the samples are just nuts, and even just the bra-da-da-da, bra-da-da-da, like just the energy that he comes on that track with. But yeah, Kid See Ghost.
I have to go with Odie, Analog. Loved it so much. The first song I ever heard from Odie was North Face, and I go, man, this is different. And it reminds me of Frank Ocean, the writing style. It was so vivid, talking about working at the North Face. I could see it like in my head. I was seeing it, and I thought he was one kind of artist. And then I listened to songs like Faith, and I was like, oh, you do like other stuff too. Like this is, I haven't heard a debut just like LMA. Like there were some crazy debuts this year, I think, where you go, oh, when's the last time someone's made me pay attention this much when I know nothing about them? And I think that Odie definitely belongs in my top 10. Analog is out. Make sure you go listen to it, get familiar. I think in 2019 you could see some really cool stuff from Odie.
That was my last one. Odie as well. I listened to it again, and I was like, why didn't I listen to this more? Like, it's amazing. Head to toe. Great music, great songwriting ability. Yeah, it was in my top 10.
My last one, I got to go with Pusha T, Daytona. I loved this album. The Games We Play is the second verse on The Games We Play. Like, bro, if we ended up, it would be so hard if we tried to do a top 10 verses. Trust me, guys, you do not want that because it would be so hard for us to do. But that would be in contention against Jay-Z's verse for me for verse of the year. I thought it was so freaking good. That song's amazing. The piano song is amazing. I even like the Infrared song where he's dissing Drake before that, like the everything before that. I like the If You Know, You Know. Like for 7 songs to be that thorough, I enjoyed it a lot. So Daytona, Pusha T. It's my top 10.
Sweet.
Honorable mention though, Blood Orange, Negro Swan. I thought it was really solid. I thought it was really good. J-Rock Redemption. I love that. I thought it was really good. It almost got in. Black Thought, Streams of Thought, Volume 1. 2 was good as well, but I like the very first one, the Volume 1. I thought that was solid too. So all those definitely. And also Black, East Atlanta Love Letter.
Yeah.
Really solid too.
And Khalid's EP.
Yep. Khalid's EP was good too. Yeah. Did you have any more that you thought of, honorable mention?
No. Nah.
Guys,
shout out to Rap Beef in 2018. That was great.
A lot of rap beef. We had a lot of rap beef. A lot of tension, a lot of struggles.
It's gonna carry on.
A lot of issues.
It's gonna carry over. You are hiding a child.
You are hiding a child. Was that the best beef?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. You thought it was a fake out beef.
It went somewhere.
We thought that we were about to see the craziest continuation, and we just got 2 tracks, but it's okay. I think that we got little responses on side A. Push probably still has more to say as well.
And then there's interviews.
Man,
then Drake apparently bought out the first 2 rows and then had somebody jumped. The boy is in critical condition.
I thought it was funny what Rory said on the podcast yesterday that came out on Saturday. He was like, why are people saying that? It was standing room only. He didn't buy out the first 2 rows. Maybe he like had enough people that if there were seating that they could fill it, but like he didn't buy out the first 2 rows. It was standing room only. I thought it was funny. Yeah, so I think that was crazy. Drake versus Pusha T. I'm a Drake guy. I love Pusha T. I've always liked the clips a lot, but I'm a Drake guy. I take his side on that whole thing. I respect Push, though. I really do respect Push for wanting to go at the guy like that and having a plan. I'm still curious about to see like what Push had planned. It was going to be a surgical summer, which means that he had ammo. Very curious to know if we'll ever find out what that ammo is.
I mean, it could be a bluff too. I feel like he's so calculated he could call a bluff like that.
It could be.
Like he literally threw out all the ammo and then said, "Come at me, I got more."
Yeah.
And then it made Drake go, "Never mind."
Could be. We'll see. 2019 is going to be nuts, though. Absolutely crazy. And we thank you guys for listening. We hope that you guys are continuing to have a wonderful holiday season right now. We are going to give you the final 101 conversation starters of season 2. The next time you hear our beautiful voices, it will be season 3 of the Daps and Pound show. So, Dobie, what do we got? 101 conversation starters for couples.
In the movie Groundhog Day, Bill Murray kept waking up only to repeat the same day over and over again. What recent day would you not want to repeat?
Oh, man.
Not want to repeat.
I'm going to be lame and go real easy here and say the snows, like when it first snows. I don't want that. I would hate it if every day I woke up there was just snow on the ground and snow on the ground and snow on the ground. No.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of a day that probably this year when my cat dies, because like no matter every single day you have to handle that cat dying. You know what I mean? Where if you look at every other day, you can maybe change the situations and how you do things. Like, take, for instance, if you had a bad day, well, you already know that news, and so it's like you can just skip over it. But with a cat dying, you have to handle it. You know what I mean? You have to do something about it every single time. So I feel like that would be a bad day.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Guys, thank you so much. Once again, Daps __ pounds. That's where you can find us. Daps and Pounds ENT.com. That's where you can find us. 2019 is going to be a blast. We love you. Dobie, any last words to the people for 2018?
And a happy new year. We'll see you season 3, baby.
That's right. My name is Malky. To my left, we have
Dobie.
Represent 2 mics.
2 friends.
And 1 show.
The Daps and Pounds show.
Shout out to the shout out. Gang, gang, gang.